the week of our strengths. So this week is all about building up our strengths. Last week was all about realizing that we have been totally hoodwinked and under this huge lie to believe that we're really not worth that much, that we can't do that much, that all the voices from our past are true, and they're not. They are not. They are not true. So now that we've ripped down all of that stuff, we're ready to build ourselves back up in the truth that you're here for a reason, that you have an incredible mission, that you're the only one that can accomplish this mission. And how do you do that? Through your strengths. A lot of us haven't taken the time to outline our strengths, and it's so necessary that we do. So that's what I'm going to be taking you through a little bit today. I know it can be really easy to just kind of be like, well, yeah, I know I have some strengths, but I kind of know what they are and whatever. And then we go nowhere. We don't outline them. And I think that it's super important to outline your strengths because it helps you optimize your business. So we're going to get started. If you grab my Sharpie. It doesn't really matter what kind of personality type you have, my darling. You have strengths no matter what. If you're an introvert, if you're an extrovert, if you're a type A, if you're a type B, there are strengths in every single being on the planet. So I'm going to get you started off with a couple of mine just to get your brain wheels turning, but don't look at that and be like, oh my gosh, she has this strength and I don't, I'm doomed. No, you're not. Trust me, this is like a squirrel of a brain. You probably have much higher strengths than I do. So one of the ones, what I've done just to kind of help me is I put biz over here and personal over here. They're not necessarily like exclusive or have to be in this category, but sometimes it can just help you think a little bit more clearly. All right, so personal, I'm extremely strong and fiery. Can this be a weakness? Of course it can, but I found that this has been developed deeply into my character due to what I've been through in my life. And I'm really grateful for this because it's kept me going, especially in entrepreneurship, when a lot of other people may have given up. It also helps me to see I'll put it over here, the big picture. So I don't have a problem taking my time building things and knowing that the payoff might be 6 months down the road, a year down the road. I still think, okay, I get that, and I'm going to put in the time to do that. Are we having some, sorry. I know that's annoying. I'm just going to try to work to see if we can get a little bit more clarity on the camera. Sometimes webcams have a hard time focusing, so hopefully that's a little bit better. Okay, so another one is that I'm extremely analytical. I'm also a quick learner. This is just to give you inspiration, so if some of these resonate with you too, be sure to write them down because this is where it all begins. All right, so analytical, quick learner. I love to create. Usually us as entrepreneurs, we all love to create. I also am pretty good at technology. So definitely a strength. And I'm going to, let me see. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull from my entrepreneur friends, my biz besties, to kind of bring a little bit more well-rounded ideas to the table and not just my strengths. Okay, so my friend Lauren is really great at motivating. And inspiring action, but I'll just put inspiring. There we go. My husband loves to teach. My mom loves to write. My dad loves to research. My friend Marion is a great listener. Let's see here. My friend Mel is a great farmer. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank now, but I'm sitting here going, oh, some people are really great connectors, which can also be a builder of relationships. I know me being left-handed is annoying. Tell me about it. Okay. In terms of business, you can be really good at breaking things down into actionable steps. That's a really strange A. You can love coming up with or breaking down projects. Do you guys have any other ideas? If you have any strengths, please let me know. I will try to make sure that I'm moderating the comments here, but I may not get to it, so please don't take offense. So now I'm going to go into my VAs. Courtney is really good at project management and making sure that tasks get completed. So I'm just going to put tasks here. Okay. Appeline is really good at social engagement. And I might know that you might be going, well, commenting isn't necessarily a strength. It is. I don't like going through Facebook groups and commenting or Twitter and commenting. And it's not because it's not a good practice to do. It's just never at the forefront of my mind. So people that have that kind of strength, you bet your butt that that is a huge strength. Amanda is really great at, she's a great writer. She's great at blogging. So I think you could put that down into your voice. Are you good at speaking in your true voice? And then Miranda is fantastic at, she manages my Pinterest, but she's also good at Facebook ads and other stuff. And so she is great at, I'm going to put management. They're all pretty great with graphics. So tons of strengths here. And then when we go into the personal, are you kind? Are you loyal? Are you a big believer in justice? Are you always rooting for the underdog? Which is usually that strength is defined in social service of some sort. Like my friend David, he spends a lot of time down in Long Beach and Santa Monica and Hermosa with the homeless, bringing them blankets and stuff. So this is a huge strength of his, right? I'm trying to think. So I think this is a pretty good start. I don't want to belabor the point, but what I really want you to focus on doing is outlining your personal strengths, your business strengths, and I'm going to grab a different color marker now. My husband was kind enough to put this Velcro on the back of me so I don't lose my markers. What you can start doing, especially if, let's start with if you have no idea what you want to do in the entrepreneurial space. Well, if you've outlined your personal strengths, you've outlined your business strengths, let's say what really has stood out is that you're a great listener, you're a great researcher, and you love tasks. Well, then you would really be an incredible VA, right? You would be pretty legendary. That might be a direction you want to go into. Let's say that you're a quick learner, you're a creative, and you love actionable steps. Well, maybe then you're going to be more of a business coach that helps people with creating content. Pretty awesome. I know that that's definitely needed in the industry. So strengths can help you if you're not really sure what you're meant to do in the entrepreneurial coaching space. Your strengths can also help you in your existing business to help you analyze it and go, what should I be focusing on? Because the number one mistake is not having clarity. Please hear me on this. Oh, my head's a little chopped off. Please hear me on this. You need to be clear in your business. The podcast that I did last week with Mariah Cos, we talked about how we go to, 90% of websites throughout the day and it's not clear what they offer or how much. So how many people click away? And you think, well, I teach so many things. I do so many things that I really need the person to email me first and then we can see how exactly I can provide for them. I get that, but how many people have gone to your website and clicked away because there wasn't clarity? Even if you're not going to list your prices, make sure that your offer is super, super clear, because otherwise, say there's 20 people looking at your Work With Me page a day, maybe one is going to email you, maybe, because there's no clarity going on in terms of what you offer. So this can really, really help you in terms of what you offer. So I'm going to do it in red just to represent the fire, but I'm going to show you how this is applicable to me. So let's take my traits. I'm being really, really picky with myself. Okay, so these are probably the strengths, maybe this one, I don't know. These are probably my biggest strengths. So we have strong and fiery, analytical, creative, inspiring on the personal side, on the business side, big picture, quick learner, teacher, writer, voice. So what I discovered is that because before I was really spreading myself thin, trying to create e-courses, offer one-on-one coaching, etc., 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 I was doing too much and I wasn't operating in my strengths. So what I did is I stopped my one-on-one coaching. It may happen in the future, but what I wanted to do was go, okay, here's course 1, which is Life Reboot, 2, Chic Systems, 3, Branding Like a Badass, 4, Video You, 5, Facebook Live. And I wanted to be able to tell people on a more massive scale, because remember, I love to teach, I'm a writer, and I want to give my voice to the masses. Hey, if you're a starting out entrepreneur and you want to set up your business like wow, then these are the exact steps you need to take. Then you're going to be able to get rocking and rolling with your online stuff, your branding, your videos, your Facebook Lives in this amount of time. I found that by spreading myself thin with one-on-one coaching, I was trying to delineate all of this information in 6 sessions, and it was over a month and a half. It wasn't enough time and it wasn't getting results as quickly as I wanted them because I wasn't operating in my strengths. This was my strength. So that's why I stopped all of that and focused on finishing my e-courses and building out my funnels. So if I hadn't have done that, I'd probably still be treading water with what should I be doing next. And if you're in that place of going, well, I'm not sure what content to create, I'm not sure what direction my business is going, that's okay. I've actually personally messaged a lot of the women in my Facebook group because I wanted to see, where are you at? How's your business going? It's 2017. What are your goals for this year? And probably out of the so far 60 women that I've talked to, there have been maybe 2 with clarity, with an action plan for 2017. The rest are in confusion, and I so get that. I've been there myself. I've heavily been there myself. But that is why this process is so necessary. This is why this is the free opt-in I'm giving you to get into my mind and the way things are working, because this is what has worked for me. So be sure to utilize this so that you can look at your strengths and then figure out, how do I optimize them so that they can best benefit me in my business? How can they best benefit me also in my relationships? Am I necessarily in my biggest strength, going and listening to people? Of course, I listen. Obviously, I have a husband and parents and friends and stuff, but I'm much better in terms of helping them with healing. I don't have that on this list. But you can ask anyone, Sherry or Miriam or whoever, and they'll go, no, her strength is definitely, if you're struggling, to give you the steps on how to get out of it. So that's why I'm much more analytical. I'm much more like teacher. So I think that it really helps me to figure out how can I best serve my friendships. And I'm always very clear if someone takes things personally or something, if we're starting out a friendship, I'll say, okay, let me stop you right here. These are my strengths. These are my weaknesses. That's true across all of my relationships. So please do not take this personally. Know that my zones of genius for being a support to you, being, love to you is this, this, and this. These are not. So be clear with me on what you need. I'll be clear with you with what you need, and we'll all be one big happy family. Because I don't want someone thinking that I can serve them in a way that I can't. You know what I mean? So knowing your strengths is so huge. So start listing them out, start looking at them, start making connections. If you're going, okay, I'm a great affirmer and I love projects, then why couldn't you be an affirmation coach? Why couldn't you incorporate that into your lifestyle coaching? Maybe instead of being a life coach, which is very general, you can become an affirmation coach and you can start putting together affirmation packages. If you're struggling with loving yourself, if you're struggling with negative thoughts, and people can buy an affirmation package that has a list of affirmations to get them through the month, maybe different ones every week. They have a meditation that you do. They have maybe a couple audio episodes that you do or video. You see what I mean? It inspires the creativity on where to go in your business by looking at your strengths. It's so cool, right? I love this. So I hope this has helped you. I really encourage you to start making your list of your strengths. Let me know in the comments how you can optimize them. I would love to hear. But in the meantime, I want to give you guys time to get on that today. So thanks for staying on here with me. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to go about my day, doll. I'll talk to you later.